Brothers and sisters and friends, this afternoon we want to talk about the ballot or the bullet. The ballot or the bullet explains itself. We have a fight that's common to all of us. We suffer political oppression, economic exploitation, and social degradation. Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
Hey. Excuse me. Good morning. First Sky Omaha in the morning. Paul B, Buddy the Gawd. Welcome to a fresh edition on this Friday, the 23rd, 2025. Getting down to the end of May. Summertime is upon us. So many things happening this summer. I hope that you guys are laying out what's going on and making some plans. Put some stuff on your calendar. This is going down. But again, welcome to a fresh edition. It is Friday. We appreciate everybody getting up early with us this morning. Buddy, you're kind of sitting low in the cut over there. How you doing? You all right?
I'm frustrated. You can see that? You can.
Yeah.
The tech is taking
posture going on.
Yeah, man, the tech is taking. I don't even know what y'all see, but can you hear me? Can you see me? Hello. Hi.
Yep, we can see you. A little choppy. It's
I like to
let's see if it works itself out like it does sometimes. But yeah, hell, we are having some tech issues today. Sometimes when it's cloudy out, man, the internet, it be interneting. Tech be teching.
I don't know.
It's what it is. But we'll move on and do the best we can. Again, you guys are our tech guides. Sometimes you let us know how we're looking from the outside. So definitely check in with us on that. But we're going to get through this day anyway. It's a Love Supreme kind of day.
Yeah, man.
We got a special guest, man. Special guest Denise Chapman is coming through. This is a highly anticipated interview. We've been wanting to interview with her for years now over stuff that's going on in the at the Union for Contemporary Art. She was there before. Then she was let go. Then she was hired back recently, and they got a new season coming up and all kinds of stuff. So can't wait to speak to her. She'll be on a little later on the show. Definitely encourage you to hang on and get your questions ready for her big time. I want to say hey to people in the chat real quick. Larry Easter gives us a happy Friday. Yo, yip, yay, yo, yip, yay, yo.
Uh-oh.
Man, check me out this morning.
Yeah. What you had some drunk shit this morning? What's going on?
A couple sips. I didn't even have my readers on. I don't know how I did that.
Man,
we must be in sync today.
Good job.
RG gives us a morning, y'all. Marlon Harrison says good morning, First Sky family, and happy TGIF. He's always happy on Friday. Yes. Brother Reggie Clark in the chat, man. He says salute, brothers.
Peace.
Well, man, appreciate you coming through, bro. Saying what's up. Yeah, man.
DJs checking in.
That's right. We've been watching the work that you've been doing too. So yeah, man. Congratulations. We got a lot of media going on these days. We need to have a media conference. We were just talking about this.
Man.
We'll be getting into it. Heather Williams gives us a good morning, everyone. RG, yeah, man. Hashtag tech be teching. Big time, man. Big time. Marlon Harrison says, my cousin graduated from North High yesterday. That party bus picture was from North High's graduation last night. I saw that big green party bus.
Okay.
They doing it big these days, the kids.
Man.
We were super lit and loud in there last night. I heard that,
man. That's a reason to, celebrate. Get down.
All power to them. For real. So yeah, man, appreciate you guys coming in. We got lots to talk about today. Of course, the big thing on my mind is all these events that are coming up in the summertime, and this is the Native Omaha time of year. We do that every other year, so that's coming up. Of course, we got Juneteenth, which is one of the biggest Juneteenth celebrations in the country. We have also the Juneteenth Joy Fest is going down at Union for Contemporary Art. The Union for Contemporary Art has a new season coming, which is going to be hot. So I mean, it's on and on. There's so many things that's happening. And I thought to myself, well, we can talk about all those things, make sure that it's on everybody's radar. But also, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from y'all. What is it that you guys got going on? As a matter of fact, since it is Friday and it's kind of Haps Friday, we can talk about what's going on over the weekend. I don't have too many Haps. I kind of left them out. I want to see what you guys got going on. Let us know. Let us know what's happening in the community. We'll jump into a few of them though, real quick. I feel like I want to check in with you again, buddy. You okay over there? I'm feeling your pain right now with the tech.
Yeah, well, I'll say it like this. I'm talking to a ghost right now. There's nobody in your screen. I'm just listening. right now. I can't see anything.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't see you. I can't see. I can see the chat though. I can see the chat and I can hear you. So yeah, it's kind of weird, but we're gonna make it through. So yeah, just ignore the face. Yeah, ignore my facial expression. I'm
Uh,
listening. I'm
can
listening.
you guys see me? Is it just Buddy that can't see? Let us know. Let us know. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Tech in the day. We spent pretty much all morning trying to get the tech working. It's still doing what it's doing. So
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
out
but
for that.
it's a lot to talk about today though. So hopefully this fixes itself.
Yeah. As we said, Denise Chapman will be on a little later on the show. We'll definitely talk to her. She's the new producing art director over at the Union for Contemporary Art. Back doing what she do. So we'll definitely be
Man,
talking to her. That's what's up. I saw this
getting busy.
today and got very encouraged. Brother Abiola is working with Omaha Star on some classes. We got more
Nice.
workshops happening. Future Communicators Workshop. Learn about editorial and photojournalism from Omaha Star's Abiola and Asia Rollins too, and an opportunity to intern at the Omaha Star. Lunch provided. This is happening on May 31st at 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Shirley Tyree Theater. Man, they're reactivating that Shirley Tyree Theater in a big way. So that's what's up. So this is brought to you by Omaha Star, also Omaha Public Library, also the Nebraska Writers Collective. So they got some people behind this workshop, and of course our brother Abiola, who's a photographer extraordinaire around town.
Man.
Yeah, I'm happy to see this. I'm happy to see this. It makes me feel like we're on the right track with the content creators camp that we're putting on this summer as well. So this is
Mm-hmm.
all about communications and any help that we can get helping people be able to learn how to communicate better and communicate within our community, especially. Yeah, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. So shout out to
That's what
Omaha
it's about.
Star, Abiola, and those guys doing that for sure.
Big time.
Big time, man. Don't forget we got this brunch and bounce going on with
Hmm.
Idle Vital, man, and I didn't realize that they were going to be having a brunch with like with they'd be teaming up with folks. They say come to Idle Vital for the best plant based brunch you'll ever have in Omaha, starring our fried cauliflower with a waffle, or enjoy its chicken and biscuit meal. Don't forget about those biscuits and gravy. Everything served up with seasoned potatoes and breakfast salad or fruit. It's gonna be so hard to choose. See you Sunday. That's what's up.
Okay.
Nature's Soul vegan and vegetarian meals. They're going to be the ones that are teaming up and providing the brunch for this bouncing brunch that's going on. So Idle Vital is happening at 7639 Cass Street. They're going to have some sounds, brunch provided. It's going to be May 25th. So this is coming up in a couple days. So yeah, man. Sounds provided by Afro Batty. That's what's up. I
Hmm.
love it. That space, I'm glad they're activating that space. I don't know if you've been to the Cass Street Idle Vital yet, but definitely go check it out. Frequent them. They're really activating that space by putting some music in it, some brunch, and having a good get together. So I highly encourage you hit that. But again, man, I want to put it out there. What are you guys doing this week, this weekend, and this week? What's going on coming up? Pops and Heather said they can see us both. I appreciate it. So it looks like
Okay.
Buddy's the one with the problem right here. And trust me, man, he did all he could do this past hour trying to get this thing right. So we're gonna push on through. RG said, "Old Buddy on the screen, looking like he's moving at 0.5 speed."
Man.
Well,
Chapter school.
if you knew what was going on behind the scenes, bro, you'd be like, "Yeah, yeah, it's messed up, man. Tech be teching, bro. Tech be
Tech be
teching."
taken. But
And
show must go on.
think of the people that are in charge of the tech too, and wonder why we be having problems with it.
Yeah.
It's a trip. Mark Manner gives us a good morning. What's happening, brother? Definitely gonna try to hit the record store this weekend as well. It's time for me to add to the collection. So go get your LPs right over at Homer's Music, please.
Hey.
Yeah, 'cause I'm gonna call y'all out on your collection one day. And be like, what good stuff you got? Come over to your house and listen to your vinyl. What you got going on? Marlon Harrison says graduation parties this weekend.
Okay.
I won't be hitting any of those, but congratulations to the people that are and everybody graduating. That's what's up.
Bring Paul a plate.
Do they serve plates at graduation parties and everything?
I hope. Is it a party if it ain't food?
I don't know, man. They got the party bus going on around here, so they're getting into it. That's what's up. Just moving up right along here on a couple more things. Of course, this Malcolm X Memorial Foundation weekend is going on through June the 1st. They got the gala coming up as well, so definitely go check out Malcolm X Memorial Foundation's website and see how they're celebrating the MX 100th anniversary of Malcolm X. It's definitely going down. And then I wouldn't be who I am if I didn't talk a little bit about some things that are going on here in town, like Saturday. Let's see if I can grab it, because the Godfather's in town.
Man.
The real President Clinton is
All
happening.
right.
First man of Parliament Funkadelic is gonna be at the Steel House tomorrow night. Yeah, man, we're gonna try to slide in and
Get down.
get your funk on. That's right. We gotta make it happen. Gotta make it happen. So shout out to George Clinton. Like, we went to his show. What was it, a couple years ago? It was supposed to be his last show.
Man, as you see, supposed to be.
But yeah, no, not happening. Today is the day that we drop weekly rap. Of course, we drop the weekly rap at 4 p.m. on the Friday. So if you have not signed up for the weekly rap, please do so. We have a lot of good information there and some highlights on First Sky Omaha fam individuals. You might get shout out on there. So definitely check it out. It's happening. Weekly rap is going down. This week we got I'm working on a new survey here about where you get your news. So definitely check out for that and get down on this new survey. We want to talk about it. What would happen if the social media channels went under or got to be so untrustworthy we couldn't use them for news? What would you do? So a few questions that we're going to put out there. We would hope that everybody who signed up for the weekly rap will get down on that. I put the link in the chat, so please check it out today if you would. And that we really appreciate you doing that for sure. Another thing that I think was pretty interesting is I don't know if you guys know about Tylynn's music. She's out of Lincoln. She's been doing a lot of stuff here, around town. Tylynn is a powerhouse.
Yeah, man.
Good to see that she's landing placements, man. Fresh off of what?
Especially on Sync, like she's one of those artists who have found a lane and getting her music on TV shows, Netflix series, Hulu series. She's been doing this for a couple years now. So big shout out to her.
Big time. I always like to, see when artists like that from here are doing that from here as well. Like she's from Lincoln, so she'd have to go out to where the industry's at in LA and stuff like that to work on Sync. You can work on Sync where you're at and get your stuff on Netflix and everything else. So to me, that's such a big plus. She's also super talented, and the music, her music, super good, man. She's a super great songwriter, and it's one of those ones that's like so talented. I'm like, man, I hope that she can really explore, her career with as much talent as she got. And when I see stuff like this, I'm like, well, that's what she's doing. She's doing it. We all would love to get some music on some movies on Netflix.
Yeah, man.
So I just want to give her some props, some love. Shout out to Tylynn for sticking in there with that big time, man. It's going down with her for sure. Oh, yeah. So we got a lot more haps and a lot more things coming. Again, I want to put it out to you guys. Please let us know what haps you guys got going on this weekend, where it is you're planning on going this weekend and this summer too, man. Which of the events you're talking about jumping in on? We're gonna have Calvin Williams coming in from Freedom Festival 2025. He'll be here next week to talk about that. It's gonna be huge, of course, with daytime activities, nighttime concerts, all kinds of stuff. It's going down. It's going down. Amy H. Dot gives us a good morning. Good morning to you. Appreciate you coming in this morning. 7:13 right now. If you believe in the concept of time, I'm gonna toss it over to Buddy, and let's talk a little bit about what we're gonna talk about today. What's today's threads? What's happening in the world today, brother?
Yeah, man. Hyper local. Definitely thinking about the community. Man, heavy news. Of course, early yesterday morning there was a shooting. Douglas County. There's actually Douglas County sheriffs making their way into a few news stories. But at least wanted to acknowledge the young brother who lost his life to Douglas County sheriffs Thursday. And then also there's some news about another Douglas County sheriff who was involved in the shooting last year. Of course, shout out to Sherman Wells, kind of our resident citizen journalist, if you will, always speaking up, always ringing the alarm. And definitely this is one that he brought to my attention, but it's also being reported as far as Douglas County Sheriff hiring former police officer Adam Vale, again, the same officer who killed Brother Cameron Ford in the no-knock warrant. So a lot of controversy surrounding that situation between the Omaha Police Department and the Douglas County Sheriff's Office. And of course, Don Klein in the middle of that situation, kind of going against what Chief Schmatter has said in that situation. So again, looking at that and again, reminding you of the Brady Giglia list. It's definitely something we'll have to continue to talk to Senator McKinney about as far as getting that on the books. And if you don't know what that is, we'll definitely be talking about it. Also, speaking of Senator McKinney, he's getting some pushback. Governor Pillen just vetoed a bed bug bill that Senator McKinney has been pushing. Again, still fighting the tower, still trying to get some resources, some help for the people who are struggling in this housing fight. Again, we're right along with that, at least trying to help them know that they have rights in this situation. And again, Governor Pillen pushing back against that. So what does that mean? We'll talk about that. And then another thing, speaking of pushing back at the state level, Medicaid. There's actually several people have reached out to us here at First Sky Omaha, kind of concerned about what this means for their Medicaid as they pay attention to not only the tariffs, but also some of the budget cuts, some of the changes, not just at the state level. Of course, we've been talking about the budget really all week with the senators, Ashley Spivey, Terrell McKinney, and even Senator Roundtree, but also at the national level, Trump has been making some moves and changes and promises as far as Medicaid goes and just health in general. And a lot of people wondering, what does that mean for their needs? So again, we'll be diving into all that and more. Also, there was a North Omaha Innovation District meeting. Did anybody make that? We'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Again, if you missed it, the Inland Port Authority just recently had a public meeting on the Innovation District, wanting to see what the people want to see. What do you hope to have included? What is success for this project in your view? Again, we'd definitely love to hear from you. Man, looks like it's a pretty good turnout, as you see on the screen. Folks is out there. I see a few familiar faces, but let me know. Did you make it out? What are your thoughts? But yeah, again, that'd be all we're talking about. Of course, there's a few other things happening, but as Paul has mentioned, let us know what's on your mind, what's going on in your world. Any news that's in your radar that we're not talking about, any haps going on this weekend? Jump into the chat. Let us know what's going on. In the meantime, between time, Paul B.
Yo.
What's the word?
Before we go to a break, I will jump into the chat real quick. Shout out to Miss Cheryl Weston is in the chat. I appreciate you coming through. Good morning. She said Creighton University, Mike and Josie Harper Center, 602 North 20th Street, Omaha, Saturday, May 24th. It's going to be a lunch at 12 to 2, from 12 to 2. Lunch will be served. Parking available in 3 locations near the Harper Center. What's going on at the Harper Center, though? What's the event? Let us know. Creighton University. Yeah, let us know what that is. Also, later on in the chat, Stacy McLean Honeycutt is in the chat. Well, she's always coming with a lot of events and things that's going on with these spaces that she is associated with. She says, good morning to you. Super excited. The egg roll fix won the No More Empty Pots competition. I didn't even know they had a competition. That's what's wild. That's great. Congratulations. It says we'll be in the Essential Gathering Place kitchen every Saturday, June and July. Nature Soul Vegan and Vegetarian Meals. Second place, catch her at the Essential Shop local brand store at 4924 Ames Street.
Nice.
This is the vegan spot we just talked about is going to be serving brunch for Ida Vital's event as well. So they're making a name. That's what's going on. She's also saying Fatty's Barbecue Omaha in the kitchen Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. as well. So thank you for that information. A lot of times we were wondering about some of these local food places we would love to frequent and don't know when they're open sometimes. So we'll do as best we can to circulate that information on when the doors are open in order to get some of that good food out there. Also, she says, Mr. Sherwood says North Omaha Bike Trail Workshop on Saturday. Creighton, this the Creighton. Okay, that's what it is. The North Omaha Bike Trail Workshop on Saturday. So shout out to her for giving us that information. Creighton University, Mike and Josie Harper Center, 602 20th Street, and this is going to be from 12 to 2 on May 24th, and they'll have lunch there as well. So, Bike Trail Workshop. We got some bikers in the chat chimers. Might want to go check this out and see what's going on with the bike trail. Have some lunch while you're at it. Definitely check it out. Mark Manor is telling us to be aware there is a Patriot Parade downtown tomorrow. Patriot. Interesting. Associate itself with things.
Yeah. Again, I mean, been telling y'all most hate groups registered by the feds in Nebraska, over 24.
Yeah. Be aware there's a Patriot Parade downtown tomorrow. I assume most would want to stay clear. Some would want to go see what's happening, but most probably want to stay clear. Yeah, we'll see. Wanda Lewis gives us a good morning. Appreciate you. Stay tuned for, if you guys are just joining us, Denise Chapman from Union for Contemporary Art will be joining us shortly, and we can talk to her about what's going on with the upcoming season at Union and the activation of the Shirley Tyree Theater and her being back over there. So we can't wait to hear. Most definitely can't wait to hear from her. It's a highly anticipated interview that we've been waiting on for a while. So can't wait to talk to her. That's what's going on. Yes, we're going to come back and talk about Medicaid. Appreciate you, Anthony Rogers Wright. He says on Medicaid, the big, beautiful bill passed the House 215 to 214. A House Democrat died this week, so he could have not vote or it would have been tied. That's an interesting
Man,
that I didn't know. This big, beautiful bill is a mess. We're going to have to really, really, really talk about it in a big way. So shout out. One more, Cheryl Weston is saying Sparks is looking for true community involvement in the design of the North Omaha Bike Trail, not like the North Omaha Inland Port Authority. Okay.
okay.
All right. We'll talk about, shots fired. We'll see. We'll see. I thought there was some community feedback for this Inland Port Authority. I guess we'll talk about it for sure.
Yeah. And are you blaming the Inland Port Authority for what Mike Maroney and them were doing?
Good question. We'll come back and jump into some more of this discussion and our highly anticipated guest, Denise Chapman from Union for Contemporary Art. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. You're listening to First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Paul B, Buddy the Gawd. Buddy the guy hanging on by a string over there with that tech. Appreciate it. Bro. Be right back.
Lead poisoning in children under 7 is scary, but it's also 100% preventable. Not only can lead be found in paint and soil, it can be found in many common spices, certain baby foods, and brought home from job sites. Children with lead poisoning might not show any symptoms until their levels are dangerously high. So ask your healthcare provider for a lead test for your child. You can help prevent lead poisoning in children.
Shout out to Douglas County Health Department for that message. We appreciate them. Also, shout out to the city of Omaha as well, who is also part of this whole battle against the lead. We really appreciate them. You can get a hold of them if you got some remediation needs or even just testing needs. If you want to test out your yard and see if you have lead, and if it does, then they have soil remediation program that will not tear up your yard. They'll actually just come and do some testing. If you need some things replaced, they'll do that and then put your yard back like it was in the first place. I think a lot of people were nervous that they were going to tear the yard up and leave it, but that's not how they do things nowadays. So they've changed that up drastically and have been working now to get it. And some inside information on that, when I talked to them, there's really only a few hundred houses kind of left in this program here. They kind of have gone through all of most of the places in the Superfund or site in order to be able to find places that are doing this. So if you are some of those ones that own some land, or even if you live in an apartment and you just want to make sure that that's happening, they can get a hold of the people the owners and really try to work out whether or not there's lead in your yard. This is the time for it. Everybody in my family is looking at trying to do some planting this season and want to make sure that there's no lead in your yard for you to be able to do some home gardening. So definitely give them a call, 402-731-3045. And we will definitely be checking in with them in months to come to see how we're doing with that whole lead remediation situation. So
nice.
Shout out, man. You want some more information, you know where to go on that. And you can always hit us up on Friends of First Sky Omaha or send us an email at firstsky.omaha@gmail.com. And we'll send whatever information we have over to you as well. With that, at 7:24 right now, we have a special guest coming on in pretty soon here. So we want to jump into a discussion real quick. Before we get to that, we had a little story we needed to jump into before we get to our guest. So stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for our special guest. The highly anticipated interview with Denise Chapman is coming up very soon. In the meantime, between time, what do we need to jump in on with the people here, buddy? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few topics to address today, but I'll jump into the Medicaid situation really quickly just to spread this information. Not really too much of a discussion to have right now, but this is definitely something that we should all be aware of. A few people have called us kind of concerned about what this means for the future of their health care. Of course, a few people in the chat already giving some information on this reconciliation bill that was recently passed. And people have reason to be concerned. This coming out of KMTV3, they recently spoke with a doula, sister Sydney Sheed from IB Black Girl. Big shout out to IB Black Girl, partners of ours. They get down doing the good work, but again, they have a fight on their hands in the form of these changes. Again, 700 billion with a B, 700 billion dollars in cuts to Medicaid following the House of Representatives recently passed budget reconciliation bill. And again, what does this mean? It means that thousands thousands of Nebraskans could be affected by those proposed federal cuts. Of course, IB Black Girl, who deals in reproductive justice, recently started a doula program, and programming like that could possibly be in jeopardy as they do receive compensation for their care through Medicaid. We also spoke earlier, not yesterday, but Wednesday, to Senator Roundtree about the SNAP bill that he was pushing. And again, SNAP is directly connected to Medicaid. She'd actually said, for some, losing Medicaid means losing access to care altogether. We don't always know what funding is going to be there, and the consistency isn't always there, whether you're talking about SNAP, Medicaid, or Title 20. What we knew historically, what we knew from yesterday is that 3 Nebraska will close. I will repeat that again. 3 hospitals in Nebraska will close. Services will be cut from different clinics throughout the state, so that their healthcare will be impacted by this move. So again, yeah, not quite sure where to go from here. Maybe you want to reach out to your senators, reach out to your representatives. I believe Bacon, Ricketts, and one more. Our our representatives. That's our hope right now, but that's where we are.
It doesn't sound like some great hope because of the fact that
Nope.
I think they're all for this back in this whole big beautiful bill.
Mhm.
One of the things in one of our chat chimers, Miss Erica Felt, excuse me, put this in Friends of Sky Omaha. She says, so these budget cuts, Medicaid and tax credits that the House voted yesterday to cut and will now go into the Senate affect us all. Call or write your senator. She says, I'm putting an easy link below that you can enter your state and it will give you the direct line to your contact your senator. She says, I'm one of the people. It will directly affect. I must take various medications daily due to the painful after effects of chemo and some to prevent breast cancer from reoccurring. One of my pills that I must take each day costs $878,744 for only 28 days worth of pills. Says I'm
Mm.
currently on Medicaid. I was on insurance through the marketplace utilizing tax credit when I was diagnosed, and I have double mastectomy, chemo, then radiation. She says I could never have had in my life saved without that coverage. Says I likely am going to get kicked off in January and plan to be creative so I can qualify for insurance through the marketplace. These cuts take away Medicaid from me, and there will be no marketplace. The marketplace utilizes the tax credits that are in the budget bill to be cut. It's scary. It's scary shit. And I'm just making sure. She says I'm just making sure my affairs are in order. Chilling message. Chilling message. It's definitely scary when we have family members and people and friends and people that really depend on what's going on with Medicaid. Not to mention the marketplace changing and things going on there as well. Don't
Mhm.
do about healthcare in this country. It was already bad, and now it's way worse, and it's horrible. And I really am. I feel for Miss Erica Feld. I feel for everybody who is using Medicaid. I've read some articles that said this will likely lead to cuts with Medicare as well, which
Mhm.
we know many people are on. People in our own families and stuff are on. So this is something that we are trying to go ahead and keep a close eye on and try to come up with some solutions. Figure out what to do about it. I got a lot of friends that go to other countries sometimes when they need medical help, because it was already bad. So who knows what's going to happen now? Anthony Rogers right in the chat says the only solace is that the Senate is pushing back hard against the House bill, and even some Senate Republicans don't want to mess with Medicaid. So we'll see. As far as that's concerned, we'll see. But man, do we have to try to figure out what we need to do on our own in the meantime, because you can't count on that. Can't count on that. It's horrible.
Nope. Yeah, and it seems like there's going to be more of a fight. I wonder what this, trying to correlate this to Trump's announcement that he, wants to level out the price of medication. Also with, reports that, and you kind of already known, as far as those in the House and Senate being in the pockets of big pharma. Feel like this is going to get a lot more ugly before it kind of evens itself out.
It does. One of the things that we do to battle the ugly is what we call the love supreme art soldier.
Yes, sir.
If we don't have art and we don't have life, then a lot of this stuff gets really, really overwhelming. So thankfully we got some soldiers that are in the fight when it comes to making sure that we stay cultured and enjoy art. One of them we have in our wings right now. So happy to talk to this sister, man. It's been a long time coming. It is 7:31 right now. If you believe in the concept of time, ladies and gentlemen, we have Denise Chapman in the house. Good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning. Wow.
Man,
Quite
it's
the
so
intro.
good to see from you. Yeah. And at the Shirley Tyree Theater, you in the spot.
I got up and got moving early this morning and drove down so I could be in space.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you so much for that.
Nice.
Well, thank you for joining us. For those I know everybody who's tuned in today, they got to know who you are. But let's go ahead and give them a little introduction anyway, just for the people that don't quite know who you are and what you do. We know you're at Union for Contemporary Art. We know that, seeing as you sitting in the theater there. So, yeah, a little introduction, please.
Excellent. Hi, everybody. My name is Denise Chapman. I'm the producing artistic director of theater here at the Union for Contemporary Art. I've been working in theater for the past 20 some odd years. Did some time in Chicago, came back home very intentionally, looking to build a space and a community that allowed artists, Black folks, let's just be real, Black theater artists to have a space that they could work and grow. And really excited to be back on this path under new leadership and getting ready to just have an amazing season.
That's what's up. Appreciate it. Appreciate that very much. You've been doing a lot of work. I know that we got a lot to talk about today, and I want to jump into it. I'm just now receiving some of the material here that we need to talk about as far as this upcoming season is concerned. But
Yes.
I like to go ahead and jump into the thing that you may or may not want to talk about.
Okay.
People are wondering. If you guys don't know the story, she was there before in another capacity, similar job over there, right? And I even remember working with you one time on something that you did that was so interactive. You had stuff going on all over town. The talent of the playwright of the events and stuff that you put on is incredible. So we were very excited when you were over there the first time. Something happened and you got let go. I don't know how much you want to talk about that, but something happened. You got let go, and I think the fact that we now are under new leadership at the Union for Contemporary Art, and you were hired back, feels like a righting a wrong to the community. And even though we've asked Miss Lakeisha Green, who's now the new executive director there, she said, well, she was just the best qualified out of everybody who applied nationwide. So according to her, there was really nothing behind that. But people have been wondering ever since you got let go in the first place, why you were let go. You had been kind of closed mouth about it, and the ED at the time, who was Brigitte, the founder of the place, did not speak on it as well. Most executive directors are not going to really speak on reasons, for privacy's sake and stuff like that. Didn't speak on it, and you weren't speaking on it. We was all mad. So can we be the ones that hear why it happened?
Paul, I don't know that I can honestly say why. I'm just gonna put it like that. There were maybe some different visions that folks had for the theater in previous leadership. It came out of the blue for me just as much as it did for the community. So, like, to give you a clear why, I couldn't. I will say that it was very disappointing. It was heartbreaking. The work that had been happening was a part of my 20-year career, and the 8 years previously that I had spent with the organization was like the seeding and the groundwork to kind of build the need, right, for the space. So if anything, I'm just really excited to re-intersect, right, with the work that's happening here, and looking forward to just moving forward with things that were put on pause in my absence, and continuing to uplift the good work that has always been at the root and at the core of what is the Shirley Tyree Theater.
Appreciate that.
Nice.
Appreciate that. The Shirley Tyree Theater kind of sat there empty for a while too after you left. So I'm happy to see it being reactivated. And part of the reason why you're back is to reactivate it.
Mhm.
And so that's awesome. That's awesome to hear. Uh, one more thing to say on that too. I do remember when you were let go. A lot of people in the Black community really were in an uproar about that. A lot of people in the theater community.
Mhm.
I was over working at Benson Theater at the time, and everybody at Benson Theater was it was in an uproar. Like, what is going on? So
Hmm.
it triggered a lot of people really kind of making sure, to me, it reactivated people's thought. Let's take a look at what's going on in the theater community here as far as Black people concerned, to make sure it looks like we got to stand guard a little bit more is kind of what the feeling was. So I'm happy to hear, I'm happy to see we're actually working a little bit with the Union for Contemporary Art, just having Miss Green on and talking about what's
Mhm.
going on for these new plans. And also, while this is happening, it's like an activation of the Deuce. It's really kind of like a lot of
Mhm.
people who are going around and protecting the Deuce and teaming up. There's been team ups and stuff that hadn't happened before that's going on, and it feels like super energetic. And I feel like it's all coming out of the Shirley Tyree Theater to me.
Well,
Like that.
I will say that part of the programming plan for me has always been about building something that showed up for community, and reflected authentic stories of folks who look like me and other people in the community,
Hmm.
and creating a space that became important to folks, right? Um, we aren't always at the top of career paths, right? It's, being an artist, being a theater artist. Um, I think the first like 5 years of my career, my dad was waiting for me to. It's like, when you gonna get a real job? What's going on? you
Hmm.
know.
The story of all of
Um,
our artistic lives.
Hmm.
yeah, I think my mom was concerned if I was going to be able to like feed myself, and but they've been very supportive the whole time. But those concerns are real. So, like, being able to be grounded and rooted, to show folks. There's lots of different ways to engage and work in theater. There are lots of different career paths in theater and art, and being a creative home, right, for folks who can come in and explore and try. I think one of the most beautiful things about any audition process that happens here is that there's always a person who comes in and is like, I'm going to try theater, but X, Y, Z. Or I used to when I was in high school, but I haven't since, and X, Y, Z. So really being a place where folks have access not only to see things, but to be able to participate in theater as
I
well.
hear that.
Mhm.
Could you
Yeah.
do us a favor? Yeah, turn your volume down. I think there's a little bit of
Yes.
feedback going on. Just turn your volume down a little bit, not low enough for where you can't hear us, but just a
Okay.
little bit lower might straighten that out.
How's
And
that?
sounds like it's a little better. Yeah.
Okay. I might have my theater voice on. Let me put my radio voice on. Is that better?
The theater voice was fine. Actually, I think the theater voice was helping. So
Yeah.
Okay.
So just want to apologize again. We're having some technical difficulties on Buddy's side, and this program. I'm convinced now that by next season I'll be working with a different program because we're very frustrated right now with the
No,
tech.
no.
But you're coming through clear, and I really appreciate you coming in and coming in with a nice camera and your theater voice and everything, because it really makes a difference. And thank you so much. So I just want to put it out there. If you guys have any questions or comments for Miss Chapman, let us know. If you guys have been activated already and been over to the Union for Contemporary Art for the shows that are going on over there, if you've been reintroduced to the place, and if you're looking forward to getting together and doing stuff at the Shirley Tyree Theater, I just did a series of interviews with some of the candidates over there, and that was my first time being in the space. I could not believe that we had a space like that over there on the block. So very excited about that. I know that you're here to talk about the upcoming season. I mean, this is the real reason. I wanted to get that out of the way so we could talk about the fun stuff coming up. So tell us a little bit about that, if you would.
All right. Well, it has been a really good time jumping back into reading and figuring out like how to sew together a season that brings joy and community and interesting stories. So we are actually starting off in July with a special production of Northside Carnation for Native Omaha Days. So
Okay.
it's a very special event. It's 3 shows
Nice.
on Tuesday, July 29th at 7
Nice.
and Thursday, July 31st, ticket at 7 and 8:30. This is a play I wrote actually, years. I wrote this play years ago. And the story itself looks at the life and work of Mildred E. Brown, the owner and publisher of the Omaha Star, and using that as a lens to look at the history of North 24th Street and the riots of '69. I will say, I think everything in this season is really looking at how we practice community, and us thinking about how we show up for each other, how we show up as ourselves, just lots of thinking about how we practice community. So we're starting with that, and I'm really excited that Kathy Tyree is going to play Mildred in that piece.
Nice.
So that's how we're kicking off the season in July. Then this November, we're going to have our very first holiday extravaganza, which is just a big celebration. I think I said, oh, well, yes, thank you. I said a sparkling spectacle of holiday magic.
Okay.
And I had commissioned Kathy to write that and put that together for us.
Nice.
And gosh, we started that conversation in 2023. So really excited that she is pulling that together. There's gonna be sparkle, there's gonna be joy, there's gonna be some good singing. And if my
You
dad
said
has a
singing,
way,
not even
we'll have
singing.
some
We're
sort
gonna
of
have some
like
good
holiday
singing.
Some singing.
to celebrate as well.
Nice. That's cool.
So that gets us through 2025. And then at the top of 2026, we come back with a show called Wine in the Wilderness by Alice Childress. And this is just a beautiful piece of theater from the Black Arts Movement. We're seeing a little bit of a resurgence of her work. She's one of the folks who definitely gets underproduced, but has just a really great collection of plays. This one looks at an artist, right, who is working on, I don't want to give it all away, but there's an artist who is working on this statement and meets a person who helps him to see his community and the folks in his community in a different way. But there's joy, there's laughter, and like I said, coming back to that practice of community and how we see each other, how we work with each other. So that's very exciting. So that happens at the top of the year. And then coming out of that, we go into Boulevard of Bold Dreams by Ladarian Williams. Ladarian was introduced to Omaha through the Great Plains Theater Commons New Play Festival a few years back. Tammy Ray Jackson has worked with him, and has directed some of his pieces, his readings, and he has 2 books out right now about I don't want to. It's Black kids and magic, so it's all your Harry Potter folks who are, it's almost like, is it kind of like, Yeah, I'll just say it. It's kind of like Harry Potter and an HBCU getting together, and what are all like the beautiful, magical ways that Black folks might live in that fantasy world.
Nice.
So there's a second book in that series dropping. If it hasn't dropped, it's dropping soon, and we're really excited to be producing Ladarian's play.
Nice.
So after
Yeah.
that, we get to Fry Daddies by Eric Lawson, our local R&B singer here in town. Eric's been a longtime contributor to the performing arts program here at the Union. This piece has actually been in workshop development since 22.
Mm.
Long time coming.
22, 20,
Yeah.
20, 21, maybe 21, 22. So we have done some workshops of this piece. It is a play with music. It is a beautiful celebration of found family and friendship. The 20-somethings figuring out relationships and their career, and it is a ball of Black joy. I'm really excited to have that in the Tyree and to see that come into a full production after being in workshop a good 3-4 years. So yes.
Awesome. Okay.
So is that all then? Yes, that is the season. That gets us to August.
Well, it is
All
the
right.
season. Looks like we need to be getting some season passes here and hit all this stuff.
Yes, so the shows for 2025 will those will be individual tickets, but we are working on a season pass for 26. So we'll have some packages available. Probably closer to November, we'll be able to launch the season tickets for the 2026 shows, and we're
Highly
really
encouraged we hit all these openings. We need to hit all the openings. We need to be dressed to the nines. It needs to be the Met Gala on 24th Street.
Hey.
We need to show up to the Shirley Tyree Theater fresh, dressed, ready to party. So I'm with it. I love what you guys got going on. I'm so happy to see this new season coming up. Again, you can go to Union for Contemporary Arts website. It's u-ca.org. Looks like what's this slash happenings? Okay.
slash happenings. What's happening? Come find out.
Hey, what's the haps?
That's what's up. I appreciate you coming by and letting us know about these things. And I also remember you was just thinking about too this play that you wrote that you're gonna have that starring Kathy Tyree. For those of you who don't know, Kathy Tyree is the daughter of the namesake of the building, the Shirley Tyree Theater, which is awesome. And and she's a consummate artist and singer and actor, and getting down with it. So I'm really happy to see this happening, and I want to hear your story here because I'm loving this idea about learning about the Deuce, 24th Lake Street area, stuff that's happened in the past, and also Mildred Brown's story needs to really be told.
Yeah.
Longest running Black newspaper owned by a woman in the country, and she don't get enough story told about her. So I'm so happy that you're doing that, and that's the one I'm looking forward to seeing for real,
Yeah, man.
in the big way. So appreciate it, and yeah, keep us updated. Let us know. Come on from time to time. Let us know what's happening. I'd like to try to bring you on like right before shows to make sure that we get the hype up and make people understand that it's getting ready to get down. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go down to the floors and get myself.
Well, it is going to be the place to be, so you do want to make sure you are super fresh. And yes, I'd love to come back in and chat it up and maybe bring an actor on and everything. And
Ooh, good idea.
Nice.
we'll keep in touch.
Please.
Les Butler's in the chat. Good morning, sis. She says, "One love, fam. Congratulations, Denise. That's what's happening. Appreciate you." Sean McCarthy in the chat says, "Murray's exhibit is amazing.
Nice.
Definitely go check out Brother Murray's exhibit over there that's happening right now in the space, Union for Contemporary Art." So that's what's up. I think I saw Miss Lakeisha Green, the ED, executive directors over there too, in the chat. I appreciate it. Sean McCarthy said, "Killer season." Lacey Lamar in the chat too.
Hey.
So excited to see
Hey,
all
Lacey.
these events. Love Denise. Yeah, it feels good. Feels good. Tell us about the climate over there. Before you go, I want to hear a little bit about you're back over there. You're in the room. There was some controversy going on in the space. What's the temperature like over there now? How's it feel?
It feels good. I think the beautiful thing about this space is that it has the history of being the Blue Lion behind it, right? And I think there's an ancestral energy that that lifts up the work, right, beyond any shenanigans. And I think that there was definitely an activation of community and folks just being really excited to make sure that this resource continued to be available for the community. And I think that is the key, right, through it all. It's this block has been through too much, right? It's been through way too much for it not to continue to move forward and to thrive.
So true.
There you
Appreciate that. I love what you're saying there. The activation is really what I love to see and happy to be a part of as well. This activation of the space in the corner and all the stuff I remember being over there and even talking to Dana Murray, who's over at Noma doing things. And ever since we had our conversation, now I'm really realizing what Noma's doing across the street. And I call it the EGOT corner. We could be training people for EGOT status on that corner with everything that's going on all around,
Very much so. Very much so. There's a long history of arts and music and celebration and joy, right, in this corridor. And there are a lot of really great organizations who are working to bring that back to the forefront of the storytelling of North 24th Street. So I'm very excited to be part of that group of folks and that amazing community.
I love it. We even gonna have a festival of joy over there at the Union Free.
We don't play about our joy. We don't play about it.
We're gonna let you go. Thank you so. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. You have anything you wanted to lay on? I know I kind of dominated the questions this time around.
No, that was all right, man. I enjoyed taking a back seat to this conversation. Definitely looking forward, especially that HBCU. I'm an HBCU grad, so the HBCU magic show definitely piqued my interest. But no, you did a good job, Paul, and love to see what everything coming from the union. And welcome, Sister Denise. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
You have a good one. Tell everybody over there that we said hey, and we'll be back. We'll be back soon.
Yes, please.
All right.
All right. Take care.
Peace.
All right. That was it's always a pleasure to talk to her. I'm so glad we got a chance to.
Union gets down.
Denise gets down. Appreciate everybody who jumped in and gave her some love too and came by to see her speak. Do us a favor, share the show. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, you can go back and watch if you missed any parts of it. Watch the episode speaking with her and also previous episodes as well. Like and subscribe when you're over there. Appreciate you doing that in a big way. We kind of are growing that audience over there because we got lots of stuff we're going to be dropping on YouTube. So make sure that you go check it out, and definitely make sure you go check out what's going on at the Union for Contemporary Art. Lots of great stuff going on. They hit the ground running, and that's really what the focus was. Whenever there's stuff going on, there's some controversy happening and stuff like that. It's always good if your organization still exists to just push forward, keep moving forward. Forward always, like Luke Cage used to say on that show, and make it happen. So we'll definitely, we'll definitely continue to try to give you the news about what's happening there and support, and also just the news on the block, man. The deuce is firing up in a way that I haven't seen in a long time, in a while. Separate entities happening that are all now coming together and really gonna activate the space, and it's a great time because Native Omaha Days is coming up. So, for people to come back in town and see that there's activation on that corner on the Deuce and all the way up the street and all the way down the street too. I mean, 24th Street is really thriving in a big way right now. So the Deuce got to be a part of it. 7:53 right now. We're coming to the end of the show. We'll take a quick break just so we can reset real quick, and we'll come back and jump into a few more haps and things and get us set off on the weekend like we need to be. Stay tuned. You're listening to First Sky Omaha in the morning. My name is Paul B. He's Buddy to God. We'll be right back, y'all. Welcome back. For Sky Omaha in the morning. Buddy is frustrated. Yeah, I'll sing it for you, buddy. In the morning. I know you don't feel like singing right now. We came back on screen, buddy was laid back in the chair like this day is shot. Man, Pops in the chat. The Deuce is heading back to his glory days. I love it. I'm gonna love to hear that from you, Pops.
Man, big time.
You know, we got the family history over there with the Allen Showcase Lounge that's been there for many, many years and shut down in '85. And since it was open back in the day, I only remember going to it maybe once or twice myself at like 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 years old. So I don't have a big recollection except for chili dogs at the bar. And so, you know, people like my pops and people, other folks from the area, got all the stories for me about everything that happened over there. And the fact that, you know, right around where we're talking about here, Union for Contemporary Art is right next to the old Showcase building. And so the history on the corner is just thick. And for me to be back over here, which was never part of my life plan, I will tell you that right now, for me to be back around and back a part of this activation of the new Deuce, help, you know, in our small way of being a part of this revitalization of the area is something else. It's really kind of something else.
Man,
is going on. So love it. And I think that we need to be really paying attention to it. There's lots more to come when it comes to all the things that are happening on the corner, the changes that are being made, the alliances that are forming, the businesses that are starting. Lots happening. So we'll just be sure to keep your eye on it if you can, because it's going down.
Yeah,
It's
man.
most important black corner in Nebraska, 24th and Lake.
There you go. Man, that corner changed the world in a lot of ways. Only if you knew.
Yeah, we will do our best to tell it.
There you go.
We got about 3 minutes left in the show, buddy. What's on your mind besides this bad tech that we're dealing with today? We appreciate everybody.
Yeah. Man, I mean, you know, the show's gonna continue. Yeah, I'm a little frustrated, but you know, we doing the thing, and we're gonna do our best to do, you know, play the hand that we're dealt. So but regardless, we're going to have the conversation. So again, big shout out to sister Denise for coming through and dropping that on us. Definitely looking forward to seeing what the union has, and yeah, definitely going to check out brother Nathan Murray's exhibit. Yeah, excited about that one. But there are a few other things that are happening. May have to roll these conversations over to Monday, because I do want to give these conversations the allotted time and just energy and attention that they deserve. As far as what's going on with the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, of course, there's a lot of people upset about the news that Mr. Adam Vale has found another job. Again, if you don't remember, Adam Vale was an officer involved in the no-knock shooting of Brother Cameron Ford. Again, he was fired after Chief Schmaderer did find that his actions violated policy. However, it has since now been reported that he was hired back to the Douglas County Sheriffs, and in of all places, given a gun back in the courthouse. So again, very interesting just how that whole thing played out. Of course, Don Klein was vocal, saying that he felt like he didn't violate any policies or break any laws. Of course, Don Klein is the Douglas County attorney, which is very interesting. It seems like there's a little I don't know. I wouldn't even call it a disagreement. Maybe this is intentional. Maybe they're in cahoots. Maybe the Omaha police knew what was going on when the Douglas County Sheriffs hired this former officer. But I think we should definitely spend more time talking about this, especially with Senator McKinney, about the Brady Giglia list and finding out how to better track individuals who, again, have incidents, encounters in our community that lead to, you know, them violating policy, people losing their lives, them not doing the job, and somehow they find another job in our community. If that was any other profession, if I was a teacher and I found, you know, I violated OPS policies, there's going to be a problem if I pop back up in District 66. Like, just come on, let's really have that conversation. So that, and of course, I do want to acknowledge the young man, the 19-year-old that lost his life at the hands of the Douglas County Sheriffs. Also, that is under investigation. So and we will keep our eyes on that situation, and I continue to talk about that as well.
Matter of fact, Brianna Full had a post. She said, "I just shook this young man's hand when he graduated from Blackburn exactly a week ago. Such a happy time in his life, and now this. I can't stand young people's lives being ended too soon. It's sickening. Shout out to Brianna for that post, and she's a friend of Sky Omaha. Chad Chimer works with the OPS school district, and is closely involved with the children, as you can see here. So it's unfortunate. Yeah, it touches home for somebody in our Sky fam to feel this way, and to have shook this man's hand before he passed away. So, or before he was shot and killed, I should say. So it's
right.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk more about it this week. And we appreciate everybody that has joined us today and giving us information, putting in Friends of Sky Omaha, what's been happening. Shout out to Sherman Wells for speaking up against what's going on out here as well, always.
Yeah, man.
And everybody else who's on this citizen journalist, art soldier, truth soldier way of trying to keep everybody informed and looking out, watching out. It's needed, big time needed.
Man,
I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Before we do, I just want to acknowledge a couple of people in the chat. Pop says, watching Buddy is like watching an old Kung Fu movie when the lips don't match with the words. He said, hang in there, buddy.
man.
We hear you fine, though. Anthony Rogers Wright says, Buddy is skilled in the Shaolin technique. Wu-Tang. RG said, them gremlins are coming for Buddy, for real, for real. Man, if you guys knew all the stuff we went through this morning to try to get this... Don't call us with no tips. We didn't restart it. Also, RG said Beezy about to drop an entire paycheck at LaFleur's for the shows. I'm about to drop 2 paychecks on LaFleur's.
Hey,
I gotta get fresh and clean for these shows coming up. For real.
Loafers, get your loafers.
Hey man, I don't wear loafers.
Oh, okay.
Just play it. Pop says another beautiful week of shows. Thank you guys, and thank you, Chad Chimers. You all make life much richer. Have a great week. I appreciate that, Pops. Yeah,
man. Yeah. Beautiful.
I agree. It's much richer with the Chad Chimers and Ghost listeners too. I appreciate you guys when you see me in the street. Tell me that you're a Ghost listener and that you tune in. So I appreciate that. Tell a friend, people that you think might enjoy this as well. Keep this conversation going. But with that, let's go ahead and get out here. Buddy, you got some words for the people?
Yeah, man. Really, truly, from my heart, man, appreciate y'all support, love, and just, understanding. Like, even with the tech difficulties, man, y'all here to just have the conversation, laugh, joke with us, and get the information. And that's what's important. That's what's important. The tech is going to change. How we do this might change, but let's make sure that we always remember, regardless of how we do it, that we show up together for each other in community. And the rest will figure itself out, man. So appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all. Catch the same time, same place, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right here on Sky Omaha. Look out for the weekly wrap. Paul B.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it. Well said, buddy. Well said. Appreciate you for sure. Heather Williams says, great show. Have a good weekend, everyone. Mama God says, have a great weekend. Be safe and enjoy family. Take care of yourselves. It's springtime, man. So, it's getting close to summer.
Hey.
Weather's getting pretty halfway decent, so spend some time outside and be careful out there and take care of yourselves. Shout out to the Omaha Tribe elders for allowing us to be on this land and speak while we're here. And shout out to our elders for allowing us to speak before you and to speak with us and give us great words of wisdom and advice. And shout out to you, the chat chimers, allowing us to speak with you on all the news and subjects and get your feedback. Please look out for the new survey that's coming in the weekly wrap that we're dropping today at 4:00. We're going to start doing a lot more of that type of thing. We kind of want to make sure that we understand where you guys are coming from and making sure that we are bringing some value to your lives with what it is that we're trying to do by getting some feedback from you guys. So look out for surveys coming so we can have that back and forth conversation, especially over email, because who knows what's going to happen with these social media platforms. I'll tell you that.
Man,
big way.
That part.
RG says, as the parting shot, my man Buddy reminded me of Max Headroom with them chopped and screwed.
Dang,
yeah, man. I'm glad we can make fun of it because it was very frustrating what we tried to do on this morning for real. So I'm glad we can laugh. I'm glad you guys really help us out with just looking past the bad tech and getting the message.
Got me feeling like Cedar over here. Remember Cedar's World?
Woo, man! If you guys knew how many things, y'all knew how many things we did this morning to fix this, and then we were just like, well, is what it is. Restream, count your days.
Man.
Days.
Man,
I
yeah.
guarantee you next season. You know what? Speaking of next season, it's the 21st right now, man. We got like, what is it? June 13th is our last show.
Yeah. The countdown begins.
Countdown begins. This season is coming to a close. We have a special edition of Senator Cypher that's coming. It's not even going to be on the same day, I believe. I believe we're going to do a different thing for their very last visit and right after the session ends. So that's what we're working on now. So stay tuned for that. And much more. We got some good guests that are coming on here shortly. Like we say, Calvin Williams will be joining us soon.
Yeah, man.
Also, Tamara
Dwyer. Yeah, man.
It's coming. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
lots of good guests going down, man. Also, let's see. There's somebody else coming on Monday that I definitely wanted to shout out because I thought, this is going to be really good. Let me see if I can catch it real quick before we get out of here. It is Preston Love Jr.
Yeah, I was thinking so. Okay.
Always a pleasure to hear from him. He's coming on Monday to talk about some new things as well.
Yeah.
So, lots
I
of
think I've
special
seen the
guests
bus.
coming. Man, have you seen the rap? We got to find a picture of this bus.
Yeah, I haven't seen it wrapped, but I seen the bus. It be moving.
Yeah, that rap is cold. You got to see the rap on it.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll find a picture. We'll talk to him Monday, so stay tuned for that. Take care of yourselves this weekend, y'all. We're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna quit dragging it out. I know Buddy is tired of chopping and screwing right now, so we beep beep beep. It's going down. See y'all Monday. Peace.
By the way, Vanglorious. This is protected by the red, the black, and the green. At the crossroad, with the key.
By any means